Welcome back. We're going to go ahead and get started here with Tinner's Hammer. Make a new document by selecting New Design, and we're going to go ahead and walk you through the steps to design this. We're going to use a revolve feature. We're going to start with a horizontal line that's about 9 inches long. I already started that, and I'm just going to delete this line and show you how to make the 9-inch long line. So you're going to start by selecting the Line tool, and we're going to select the center line. And I'm just going to drag exactly to the left. It's got to be a horizontal line. It's got to be totally flat. It cannot have an angle. It's going to be flat. And this angle there should be, say, 270 degrees. If you zoom out far enough, or 180 degrees, I'm sorry, 180. And we're typing 9.0. And then left click or hit enter. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make some boxes above that line. And just to get you an idea, we made a center line, and therefore the distance up is going to be half that. I'm going to open up this hammer handle real quick just to show you it play, just to show you what I've done to model this. I'm going to flip it up and hit play again. And you see all the features coming in. Revolve. So we're only sketching half of this. So we're only sketching half of this, and then when we get to the next section, it revolves around. So that's what we have to do first. Over here, and you see here's our drawings. I'm going to go over to our example. So I have a 9-inch line. That's what we started off with. We're going to go over to rectangle. We're going to go ahead and make our first rectangle. Our first rectangle is going to be half the diameter. So the distance over is 4.5, but half the diameter is 0.875 divided by 2. And that is 0.438. So double check that. 0.875 is our diameter. Our next rectangle is going to be starting in the bottom corner of the other one, and is going to be 3 inches, 3.5 inches long, and is going to be 0.3 large, or half of 0.6, which is 0.3. So move this over here so you can better see. And then our second to last rectangle will be right here. It's going to be 0.9 long and 0.25 diameter. And that leaves us with one more rectangle. It should be 0.1 big. Oh, I just drew it in. But if you need to dimension it, you can always go to Create, Sketch Dimension, or select the D button and select the horizontal line once. I'm just left clicking once. I'm going to come up, move the mouse up, and left click again, and drag the mouse out to the right and left click a third time. And I believe I did forget the size of this. 0.35 divided by 2, which is 0.18, or about 0.175. Oops. 0.35 divided by 2. Finish sketch. So now you have these 3 rectangles. You're going to go to Revolve. Create. Revolve. We're going to select this rectangle. So I have one profile selected. I'm going to select the second profile. We'll say 2 profiles selected. The third one is that little rectangle there, and the fourth one is the front. So you should have 4 profiles selected. The axis is this bottom axis here. You can select the red line, but if you don't have the red line, you just select this bottom line right there, and it's going to revolve it around. Select OK. So the next thing I did is I put a fillet right here. So we're going to modify fillet, and we're going to select this edge. I know it's kind of zoomed in here. I'm going to zoom out so you can see it really good. I'll close this. And I'm going to slowly zoom in on these corners, and it's this inside corner here that I want to select. So I'm going to select that. The number I'm going to put in is going to be 0.25, and select OK. We're going to put a chamfer in over here. Go to Modify, select chamfer, and that's going to be 0.1. Select OK. Then we have our 0.1 chamfer, our 0.25 radius. Now we're going to add our threads. So go to, I forgot if it's under create or modify for this one. Yep, okay, so go to create, threads. We're going to select this feature here. It's going to be a 1/2 13, 2A, right-handed, and I want to do model. You don't need to, but I like to do model. It looks a little better. And we're going to go ahead and hit the save button. And the last feature is this hole feature at the very end. We're going to have a hole. We're going to select this face. So when I go to hole, which I just selected right there, or go create hole, you're going to select this face. It's going to be centered on this position. So I'm just going to drag it over until it pops onto there. I'm going to choose countersink, and the degrees are 60 and 120. Oh, I think they're both 120. I'm sorry. I think I said 60. They both should be 120. And the diameter here, I guess the overall distance, 1/4 inch is going to be about right. I think it's going to be about 0.3 inches total. Our diameter here is going to be about 0.275 sounds about right. This 0.25 is not right. It's going to be 0.1875. This one, 0.275, sounds about correct. And I'm going to move this over and select OK. And what we did here is we created a center hole that we're going to use to hold this feature, hold this hammer handle on the lathe. Last thing I designed was this pattern here, so you can right click and maybe right click the feature, appearance, usually a dialog box pops up. We're going to do knurling. So we're going to type in knurl here, K-N-U-R-L. And choose any of these knurls. Steel knurl is the one you want. I select the download button. I don't know why it's not working, but usually it works. And usually you can just drag it onto your feature. I'm not sure why it's not downloading. Usually you can download it, you should just be able to drag and drop it on. Fortunately, it looks like there's some sort of like material download, or I'm getting a material download error saying it won't be able to download. But that was the last thing I did, is I added that knurl feature on there on that design, and that just made it look like it was a knurl. But if you can't get it, if you can get it, great. But if you can't, no big deal. Again, it's just a drag and drop on, and it should go on there. Save your work once you get it done, and do a screenshot, and please submit it on Google Classroom. Thanks for watching.